Today we're playing Belcheros. No hope of Girapur. Hope was only in Da Vinci's heart, I guess, for the card to be registered, but I have net decked user Gitaxian_pro because I lost to them the last 3 times we played. And put my trust in their deck list. This seems like a great hand. I'll suspend a Lotus Bloom, play Archaeologist, and then I have Belcheros on turn 4 to kill. No issues here with this hand, and definitely not mulliganing it. We don't know the matchup, but I assume I will play Jwari Disruption on turn 1. Keep the 2 untapped lands as an option. And I think with the Archaeologists, I will just not be holding up the Jwari, right? Doesn't make too much sense. And I have 3 lands, I will probably need to make 4 land drops, so seems like that strat makes sense. I guess the opponent has last been seen by MTG bot playing white-red. What is white-red, you might ask? Well, let me check, but it's probably energy. Blood Moon. How does Belcher ever beat Blood Moon? Oh, we have Fallaji for Ragavan. Very nice. Alright, opponent. We draw Flare of Denial, which is probably the best draw. I guess I'll play Seagate. I don't know if it's meaningfully different to play Seagate than Specimen here. It doesn't seem like it. Also, game 1 they just can't stop me, right? So I should just take the ambush and have 4 lands queued up to turn 4 kill them for sure. I think that's the route. And I only need to take 3 more damage. I can block, I can counter. I can block or counter next turn again. Then I get the Lotus Bloom and I just kill them. Deal 45. They shouldn't gain enough life with their Ocelot Pride. Guide of Souls, even if they play out those 2. I could even deal 3 damage to Ragavan when it attacks me if I draw another white source. Which I guess would need to be weird for Lotus Bloom, so I guess I will not. I wonder how often Razorgrass ambush is getting cast. Would be a non-zero amount, but also not too often. I attack, sure buddy. I block. I tap my creature. Ajani, Nakadl Parya. That's fine with me. Drew Tameshi. Well, not particularly useful, it is fine. I guess by playing Fallaji Archaeologist, I reduce the amount of damage my Belcher deals on the next turn by a slight amount, but not by enough to be relevant. Oh no, we have joined the dark side. Indeed, yes. You either die a hero or lose enough to Belcher. Or something. Prelim did fire. 12 people showed up this morning to game. Kind of crazy. I net decked Gitaxian_probe, and Gitaxian_probe is also in the Prelim. Maybe we will play. And I'll say, oh hi, I net decked your deck. Fallaji Archaeologist siedzi. Well, I played Belcher before a little bit. I think I played 1 challenge with it, and it went really badly. I lost to like some frog deck with no counter spells and control deck with Tefaris. But this is the first time I'm picking the deck up after that has happened, and my first draw is just the absolute nut, right? Like Fallaji Flare, Belcher, Lotus Bloom, that's it. What else we want? Resolves. Holy shit, I asked my opponent in the chat if my Fallaji resolves, and it does. Let's grab a Force of Negation just to be sure. I'll play the Hydroelectric Specimen. Doesn't seem to make a difference. His opponent perhaps double queuing with the limited Prelim or something. Oh, Premier events, just a black page, nice. They're holding mana up. Perhaps Rabin Charm? Or Goblin Discharge for Tameshi? Canister wins, alright. This was an extremely simple game, which even a monkey would have won. And I'm no monkey. Oh, or maybe I am. We shall bring Dusk Reliquary, unable to scream, into the Flood Maw, because we have to answer the Conqueror. We should cut Force of Negotiation. And a sideboard guide I'm reading suggests bringing Tezzeret as well, while also cutting Flare of the Nile. Is that reasonable? I have Stock Up, but I don't think I have time to cast Stock Up against Energy. Dispute, no. The Unsigned, useless. Flash there, no. Spell Snare, good. Stern Scolding, good. I mean, I guess it is just good to keep your monsters to block with, so I guess I can understand that. Why is the sideboard land a mountain and not an island? I don't get it. It's because Goblin Charbelcher deals double damage if you reveal a mountain, so you can hit it in your... It's only bad if you hit it in your top 20, top 10, and not top 20. But I've seen people play an island as well. So this is a one-lander. I don't think this is good. Is free flare one negotiation standard? Seems low. It's pretty standard, yeah. I think I should not keep a one-lander with no Lotus Bloom. Let's just mulligan. This is a one-lander again, but with Lotus Bloom, so maybe this is good enough. I think I will keep this over going to 6. Put back a Fallaji. I think. Not sure, actually. Maybe put back a Flood Maw. Fallaji helps me hit land drops. Yeah, okay. I think I want to keep Unable to Scream over that. It's a more permanent answer if the game goes a bit longer. Pretty tricky. But yeah, Force of Negation is like in general pretty uncommon because it doesn't really protect the Belcher combo, so it's purely a reactive card. And Flare, people play 3 copies of often. A dzień dobry, Skóra. Welcome, welcome. That's my own Lotus Bloom, let's click through it. Opponent is putting out some Significant pressure. Is there any chance that I want to unable to scream the Ocelot Pride? Which means that my opponent has 2 power. It should limit my opponent's damage output pretty significantly. It will mean I don't have an answer to a Clarion Conqueror, but I think I will have a hard enough time as is, just beating their normal pressure. So I'll do that, but I'm not convinced that's a great move. The less you think about your plays, the better the deck is. That's not true at all. Like, Belcher is a pretty tricky deck. I think it's really hard. So, like, the only reason to say that is a meme. Stony. Oh. Well, I wouldn't be unable to scream it anyways. Game 1 looked hard, yeah. So I think it's better to play the trainer as you want to. Just blocks better. We gonna grab the Whir. So now I would like to draw a land. I guess I take 3... Well, 3 damage if my opponent doesn't play anything. And I draw a land, we take 3 again, go to 9, then I can survive another attack, and I guess I don't even have to draw the land immediately, because I can improvise with Lotus Bloom. That's funny. Although tapping the Arena of Glory, exerting it. Okay, maybe they will get me this game. This seems hard to beat. This seems really hard to beat. Is there ever any reason to keep Lotuses in your hand in this deck? Not really, right? There will be once you play Doc Hawk. Yeah, but I live in the future. I live in the present and you live in the future. Flage, Titan, resolves. So that's just lethal. Fire. Doc Cock. That's so funny. So, I don't know about Tezzeret. She's kind of weak. I think on the play I'll have a flare. Getting to flare their Stony or Clarion Conqueror seems quite meaningful. Yeah, Tezzeret is an anti-consign tool, but I have opened a guide from Ale_MTG Mastering Mono Blue Belcher Ultimate Guide MTG. And he says to bring in Tezzeret, but provides no explanation, so a nice sideboard guide. I think Flare is way better on the play when I get to play 2-drop and then just counter the 2-drop even. This is nice. Should I shock turn 1? That way I get to hit their 1-drop. Oh, it's a lot of damage though. 100% shock turn 1. It does make sense in the like sense that Stern Scolding is pretty useless outside of countering the pressure. So that's kind of all it does. Keeping it for later doesn't really do anything because I guess the next best target would be Voice of Victory, but on turn 2 I'm tapping out for Fallaji. No dobra. I'll play Z-Gate. inconspicuously pass. Like the one drop will also deal less damage because I will have a Fallaji Archaeologist, so that also makes countering it weaker, and this way I can't Lotus on turn 3, but I guess if my that's actually like the best case. Because this Fallaji blocks also probably the worst, sort of. Because it still makes cuts. The illusion of choice. You can counter 2 drops, 3 drops. So if they play voice, I kinda have to counter. If they play Goblin Bombardment, I guess I don't need to. Just resolves. It's pretty weak turn 2. Belcher is not a bad draw. But I guess I only have a tap land to play, so I'll play tap land. Plage. Siedzi. Kill my Fallagio, that's fine. Wow, that was a weak draw. Entirely relying on the Ocelot. Alright. So, if I just play the Belcher, they could have Werther. That's the removal. They could have Static Prism. They have Werther plus Static Prison. I will lose my Belcher. Seems not good then. So it does seem better to simply hold up Whir for Lotus and hold up Flood Maw plus Shoal for a 2-drop. Well, so there's also Clarion Conqueror. No, but that's fine, I bounced that. So I think it's better to hold up Whir. If they play Clarion Conqueror, I say sure results, bounce it. If they play Voice of Victory, then I guess I counter. Fishing Shoal. I guess if they have Voice plus Werther, that's a problem. But also not a huge one, because I still live and I say, okay, then I play Belcher and they still have to answer the Belcher. So that's kind of pretty narrow for them and pretty bad. And 10 lives seems pretty comfortable. So you can see my cat interacting with my dog right now. I guess you can only see the cat part of the interaction. But yeah, this seems pretty hard to get out of it. My opponent. Dash Ragavan. 1, 2, 3, I go to 7. That resolves. Maybe I bounce it. Any point in bouncing it? Because if I bounce it, they can only play 2-drop. 2-drop I can counter. And 1 mana cards seem not threatening. They could get Into the Flood Maw from my deck, true. Well, I only have 1, I guess 2, 2, 2. Let them play their 3-drop. No, I think it is worse to let them attack, actually, because they can hit the Flood Maw, and I think they can't really have anything. Maybe Orim's Chant. Joś! Czemu czekasz? Spokój. Well, Werther I can counter with Disrupting Shoal. How hard is it not to fall asleep playing this deck? It's really hard. Two Ragavans. Definitely Needle GG. I would classic Disrupting Shoal and counter it. Oh, this is the Ragavan I bounced. This is the same Ragavan, of course. Maybe they have Surge of seems like no Surge. Surge of Salvation would grant them hexproof. Lotus, Fallaji Shoal. Well, hand seems perfectly fine. I'm happy keeping it. I'll play the Suppression Ray on turn 1. That would mean I cannot counter 5 drops anymore. To Roskurview M would mean I fucked someone up. Well, to destroy, but like, you know, in a very vulgar way. Oh, kurva! Scanning my hand for 1-drops. No 1-drops. So I guess this is just gone. I have 1 Flood Maw. And what is it? Sing into Stupor. Could also draw Tameshi. So let's just play an Archaeologist. Suppression fields, okay. Waterlogged teachings also works. In what way? Not against Vexing Bubble. Okay. I mean, like, you know, all that bouncing the bubble does is letting me counter a... letting me bounce the Vexing Bubble, which, like, it's not super important. Can't even counter Karn. Yeah. Still need to deal with Karn next turn. What Karn? I wish Titan would not need Summoner's Pact, or Summoner's Pact would not be counterable by Vexing Bubble, because I think 4-bubble Titan would be kinda awesome. Wouldn't it? Doesn't seem like I can win this. Maybe if I draw Tameshi. But like, even if I draw Tameshi, I can cast it right now. 1 shot. Yeah. Can't you just pop the bubble when you need to pack? Well, you can, but then the bubble doesn't do what bubble is supposed to do, which is to protect from free counters. Seems to me like there is no solution. I just lose. So perhaps I should just play the Tameshi. That's maybe the best. Although Karn is going to find something that's gonna demolish me as well. Mindstone was always in Modern. I used to play Mindstones in KCI. I think it was in 10th edition or something. Yeah. Is it time to bring Black Void Mirror? Yeah. This time. Just draw Flood Maw and win. Oh yeah, because this Karn is fetching nothing. You just don't understand why everyone is playing Etron instead of Eldrazi. Maybe because it's better. But I don't know. Holy fuck, I drew the Flood Maw. But it wouldn't be enough even if my Tameshi lived, right? I could bounce... I don't know. I mean, I guess I won't scoop yet, I'll pass. Assuming I die, but maybe somehow I don't. Maybe somehow there is nothing relevant underneath Carnot. Aha. Okay, so Flood Maw would be enough, assuming I would top deck another bounce spell. Yes. Sounds good. So I guess Eldrazi is a better Karn deck, which is why they play Eldrazi over Eldrazi, but reality is that all of like metagame and deck choices, it's not really like an informed decision as much as it is trends. Consign Harbinger stock up, minus Shoal, minus Scolding, that seems pretty logical. How about Dusk Rose Reliquary? Seems useful to have as well, maybe I'll bring it in. Maybe not, but I'll bring it in. Flood Maw? Seems alright to have as well. Have outs to a resolved Karn. Troll useless. What guide are you using? It's Ale MTGS guide. It's called an ultimate guide, so I know it's a good guide. We need 2 more cards. Spell Snare. Guess they technically have some 2-drops, but maybe they will bring a bunch of flutes. Spell Snare can hit that. I think they do bring a bunch of flutes often. I could trim Fallaji. Jest łeb boli od patrzenia na ten kurwa deck. Trim 2 Fallaji's blocking seems a bit bad. I brought 2 Harbingers, which are creatures, so the Fallaji count is lower as well. So if I want to keep the Fallaji count, I need to remove a creature which has to be Fallaji. I mean, I guess the Fallaji count in this deck doesn't really matter. It's still incredibly high. You barely can miss. Jezu, o mnie łeb boli dzisiaj, chat. My head hurts today. I don't know if I slept badly or what, but it's just kinda, I don't know. I can just feel my head pulsating a little bit. I played the top land and spent. Don't think I'm really in the business of countering a map or countering a Devourer of Destiny triggers. How many Devourer triggers have been consigned? Like the beginning of the first upkeep triggers. How often does that happen, do you think, chat? Probably pretty rare. I would like... I almost can't imagine situations where I would want to do that. Maybe if I play Neoform. And like they move to 4. No, but then still. I would rather keep it. Chalice on 0? Oh, my Lotus Bloom, I see. Could consign the Chalice to resolve my Lotus. Turn to Carnot is possible. I'll just play Orderly Plaza then. Probably as good as consigning a Survival trigger. Sounds not very good then. Opponent outplayed me by not playing out their card. Oh, just cracking the map. Understandable. What do I do here? Probably just play a monster. Hold up a Whir for Lotus Bloom. Do I need that much mana? Not really. I'll play the monster. Do I think that Neoform can win the PT? I think Neoform is a bit weak. Realistically. Flare? Oh, Flare. No, Flare doesn't CMC 0. This is not Vexing Bubble, this is Chalice. Why is Neoform a bit weak? Well, have you ever played with it? It's a deck with a high roll potential, but like it's pretty shitty in some ways. Maybe. Maybe one could high roll their way onto the PT. Yon Dingo won 2 challenges in a few weeks. That's fucked up. Am I bouncing the challenge on upkeep? No, I will consign the challenge trigger at best. Should I flare so that my opponent can't kill my monster later? It's a bit awkward because flare is 0 mana and this like can fetch a Lotus, but I don't really want a second Lotus. Maybe it was better to consign, because then, like, yes, villain can dismember and demolish my flare that way, but it's easier to, like, consign on this turn and then on the subsequent one. That resolves, does it? Villain is looking for mana. That resolves. I can maybe play the sink into Stupor as a land even next turn to hold up Whir for Belcher and consign. Young Dingo won 2 challenges in a few weeks. That's fucked up. This is what I call pojebana akcja. Disruptor Flute. So Flute will name Belcher, right? Does seem hard to beat. Oh, Whir for 0 this turn, and then next turn I have 10. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's actually awesome. I was about to figure that out myself. That's a good line. I was thinking if I should play the Sing into Stupor to be able to Whir for Belcher. Relics, it's Eugen's Lab, sits. Seems like we won, barring a Disruptor Flute. I think I should cast it now though, before the draw step. Seems like waiting is not really great. If villain flutes in response, then my answer to that is sits. You can just chill with the Belcher, play around. I don't know, I wonder if there's a punishment for just chilling. Jeb, kurwa, z armaty w czoło. Ow. Any order. Canister 1. Love to see that. Seems like my sideboarding was ideal and perfect. Spell Snares for flutes makes sense.
Phenomenal control player.
Tezzeret the Seeker? No.
Good morning, Mr. Streamer. Very fun stream title.
Good morning, Mr. Ducktape. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream title of all things. I hope the stream is going to bring you joy as well. Consign, Flood Maw, Spell Snare, Fallaji, Thundertrap Trainer, Specimen, Stock Up, Tameshi, Flare, Force, Harbinger. Yeah, I think we keep it as it is. Don't really want to switch anything. I znowu trzeba kurwa oczy wytężać, czy masz w ogóle lądy w ręku, nie? Like Tezzeret to win after Stone Brian. Well, time to red Tezzeret. Does he have an ultimate that -5 artifacts you control become creatures with base toughness power and toughness 5 type? That sounds cool. Would make some sense, yeah. Probably close between Tezzeret and Spell Snare. I mean, I'll keep it. I guess I cut 2 monsters, which the flares are way weaker now, but I think mulliganing this would be kind of wild. Just huge slab into map. Sits. Awesome. Awesome draw. Incredible draw. Guap. Guap, 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 guap. Interesting keep. Let's play the Hydroelectric Specimen and Fallaji. Seems to me like Suppression Field is the correct choice over the Flood Maw. Just more lands. Can keep up a flare for 3 mana next turn. Maybe. I mean, Dusk's Reliquary. That's not F6. Dusk's Reliquary right now. I could also cast it. Technically. But the Fallaji already cast a flare, so kind of no point. Disruptor. So this will be a problem, right? Spell Snare, too late. Do I want to keep up a flare? Because I could simply play Tapland and keep up Consign. Consign my opponent's play, unless they have 2 plays next turn for 7 mana. But it's not like I can hold up 2 counters anyways. That way, next turn I get my Lotus Bloom and I pass with 7 mana and I either flare my opponent's play or I get a Belcher. So it seems good to me to play the Suppression Ray. Plaza. Consign plus Snare is holding 2 counters. Yeah, but like Snare is already useless because they already drew their... We already countered the flute. Skibidi. Fought not Seer. This seems like something I need to counter, right? They can't play Karn. Like it takes my consign anyway, so better just counter it. Ale tutaj Dready Bice, kurwa wyjebany, ja pierdolę. Vexing Bubble follow-up? Nope. Holy shit, this was an insane turn. We could offspring the Thundertrap Trainer. Well, I mean, I could cast it does let me hold up my flare, but then I commit the mana to flaring. Then I can't hold up Belcher making. So I think I will go with the original plan. It makes a bit more sense. How often do Belcher players do the thing where they have a Lotus Bloom and 4 lands and they want to Whir for a Belcher? And they just cast a Whir and accidentally tap Lotus Bloom for Improvise instead of paying. I guess if you crack your Lotus first, it's not gonna happen. Well, it's pretty hard. I guess it gives you the entire menu. So I could get hit by Disruptor Flute now. That's like the only thing, I guess. Masz kurwa w czoło. Co tam, Cinko? Alright, 2-0. In the 2-0 bracket, get Axe and Probe. Probably on Belcher. Tundoslav, God knows. Playing what? Tundoslav. Oh, is that Lotus Bloom in my opening hand again? Curious. Seems like a keep then. Nadu is banned as commander. I see. It does make sense. Any Spider-Man cards you plan on trying out? What are those Spider-Man cards you are talking about? Is that a thing? I am only familiar with Through the Omen Paths. A new straight to MTG Arena and MTG Online digital set only. Waterlogged Teachings is a better spell than Orderly Plaza, and Orderly Plaza is a better land than Waterlogged Teachings, and a 4-drop is probably a better Disrupting Shoal fodder than a 5-drop. So... O nie, zapomniałem tego Lotusa z tego wszystkiego. Jezus. Oh no. I get to see it. Whoops. Am I going to build a Fleam deck? Probably not. Frankly, my feelings around the Spider-Man set is that I hope it's going to be horrible and nobody will ever play a single Spider-Man card against me ever. And then I will not have to look at them ever. And that feeling like isn't really full of malice towards universes beyond, more so that I just kind of don't care for that. And I hadn't read the cards too closely and they look goofy to me a little bit. So I don't know, I just don't care. Will my LGS have a 2-pick draft? Hopefully. Would be funny if I somehow won this game because I did not suspend the Lotus Bloom on turn 1. Ay. Not the best draw. Pass, probably they have Felia. Feliatio. Land. Oh. Good job waiting with your Felia till your end step. Went really punished for that. Quite badly. Would I grab the first Overlord? I wasn't really paying attention much. Nothing. The first one got 4 lands. Awesome. You always do 2-pick draft? How? Is there any way to get fucked if I play Belcher? Flicker Wisp, I can counter with Disrupting Shoal. 2 Thought Seizes, I can counter the second one. But yeah, I don't know if my LGS will have a 2-pick draft, because I guess in my LGS there's actually no magic events. Really. Just Commander nights or days. And in the second LGS I don't come here often, so... Probably, but... Currently scheduled Spider-Man draft is traditional. There only being 5 archetypes and 150 cards. There's only 5 color pairs. supported. I assume Blink plays Conquerors. Alright, Mastering Mono Blue Belcher. This matchup is fairly comfortable. Disruption is minimal, so aim for consistency and soft lock pieces to buy time. What does that even mean? Aim for consistency. So just don't board too much, and soft lock pieces to buy time. Just means the Tormod script. If you know for certain they're not playing White Orchid, don't bring in the mountain. Well, I don't know for certain, so I will. Do I want to enable to scream? Seems a bit bad against the Ephemerate deck. Maybe not. Wait, out into the Flood Maw? I'll use machine translation. Well, there wasn't too much to translate to begin with in that phrase. It was pretty... short. Am I really supposed to carry Belcher or like... maybe Stern Scolding? That counters Fallaji. Flicker Wisp seems a bit good though, to be able to do that. Maybe Disrupting Shoal? I don't know. Weź tę dupę, no. Pociąg. Tameshi. There's an alt art of Tameshi, right? I think it's not on Magic Online, though. What is it? No price in tickets. I guess I'll keep freelance. Where Tameshi seems good. 2 trainers to look for action. Action is coming. I have White Orchid Phantom and Flicker Wisp. Oh ja, cię pierdolę. And Clarion Conqueror. Oh Jezus. This seems dangerous, chat. They returned Clarion Conqueror. Ay. What do I do now? The Razorgrass ambush. Non-bow. With Whir. Right, I'll pass with Jwari Disruption. I think it's kind of the best to... if I get to cast it on... like, the cast the Conqueror, that's just awesome. Like, but I will Jwari... will I Jwari this? This is draw a card. No. I'd rather play land and... sure. So, like, I'm guessing they maybe are looking for land number 3. Or they have lots of lands and want to play around Jwari. And maybe they have a silver land to play on this turn. How likely is opponent to attack with Clarion into ambush? Giga likely. Kept a card on top. How about Thundertrap Trainer now? I think the Jwari is no more useful. Trainer. Can find me flare. I only have, what, 2 flares? Can find me Bond Spell for the dragon. This thing is a Bond Spell. Ała, to fulku. Jaki ty mi ból zadajesz with your fingers and your claws. Pitch is White Orchid Phantom. Oh no, you outplayed my Fleur so well, bro. You're so good at the game. I'm fucked. Your Clarion... oh yeah. Will they kill my land or will they flick the Overlord? I guess I'm punished for not holding up the interaction. Sits. Get a Lotus Bloom. Bingo, play, land and pass. I could start clicking buttons, but it doesn't seem too valuable to do that there. I don't think I need to. If I protecting Clarion Conqueror would be a problem. So let's look at one problem. Test. Sits. Pretty good if they pick up White Orchid Phantom and replay it, that's fine for me. If they pick up a Tefari, that would be kind of fucked up though. It took Felia. Alright, do you have the protection? Ty śmieciu. Well, if this wasn't on the battlefield, I could just play my Belcher and win. But if I find a Flood Maw, that's still good enough, right? Holy shit. Now even if they have another ephemerate, that's not good enough. Chad Belcher is freaking hacking OP. Consign with X2. Consign these nuts. Or if they have consign, I simply still just counter their consigns. We have the mountain in the deck, so we can miss still. The game is not won yet. Minus 31. Sounds good. Holy guacamole! Kinda felt like a classic Belcher match where my opponent tried a lot to stop me and they didn't. Yeah. Well, too bad. We have to play against Jitax and Probe. I spent 5 minutes of my match. Oh, Jesus. Land. 2 lands. This is likely a mirror. Seems too bad, I think. If I'm assuming I'm playing a mirror.
He's a phenomenal
This is
control
6
player.
already.
Hi.
Yes, Yaki Skok. I would like to keep, but the full lag covers my screen and I can't see the buttons. I will put back a Fallaji Trainer. Which one is better? Mill Bloom versus Look for Deep. Let's keep the Trainer. I have no Tameshi in my hand. Had I had Tameshi, I guess I would do differently. Maybe could put back the Disrupting Shoal. I don't know how good it is, really. Yo. Alright, so we have to replace Bronco with something else. Top off. Toughness equals 2. Did we guess anything that fits? Drew Tameshi. Should have kept the other card. I'll play top land. Stern Scolding and continue Tameshi later. Oracle of Moonly Dooley. That sounds good. The Blue Solitude is a 3/3. Holy shit, imagine being subtlety and being referred to only as the Blue Solitude. Only being recognized as the Blue Solitude. Click by title, you aren't losing. That is true. I guess I'm kinda doing pretty well. Is it like any fun? Yeah, I'll take the Belcher. Oracle of Muldaya. Giga Power Crypt by Ice Steel Explorer. Seems hard for me to win here. What is Metafy? Metafy is a page where I am posting my deck guides now, and I have launched it yesterday. Right now, you can subscribe here to gain access to an amulet guide, which is part 1 of the amulet guide. It's going to be expanded further in the coming weeks. And if you're a Twitch subscriber, you'll actually get a discount. So make sure to connect your Twitch account to your Metafy account if you are going to be making such a purchase. Should we counter this? I don't know. I don't think so. Better keep it for Tameshi. Clear of Denial. Alright, should have countered it. Perfect draw. I lose. I mean, I'm scolding this, but they have flare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have seen the Belcher revealed from a trainer earlier. 3 consigns? Is that good in the mirror? Cluster? It's probably pretty good. Dispute. Stock up. Tezzeret. Bounce spell. Spell Snare. Seems bad. Suń dupę to fulek. -2 Lotus Bloom, -2 Belcher. Really? I mean, it makes sense. Trim on the artifacts. If there's consigns. So do I want as many consigns? Maybe I just want 2. If villain is going to do something similar, I don't know. Then it seems bugged to overload on consign. It's kind of unfair that you get to play Belcher and then counter spells at the same time. And not only counter spells, but also like regular free counter spells, and then you also have lands in your deck. Crazy. This hand has 3 lands, I guess I will keep it. I have a Mystical Dispute, a Thundertrap Trainer to play. I'll suspend the Lotus Bloom. With Tameshi in hand, I don't mind suspending a Lotus Bloom myself. Scammed? Literally no videos with your term. Seems like YouTube Shorts cannot be embedded, so I guess you're out of luck. I think it seems weak to counter this with a Shoal, doesn't it? Now that I played the best deck, will I play it dot more? Da Vinci, can you never be satisfied? What do you do with 135k amulet triggers? Maybe collect a few more for the VIP. Try and hit flare. Want me to top 8 challenges again?
He's a
I think
phenomenal
we're gonna grab
control player.
consign.
Hello.
Could we? Seems pretty bad to take Belcher. Maybe not. Elano, elóweczka, Gucciano. And reveal the Goblin Charbelcher. Well, I don't know if they disagree, they just... hard to say. Should I consign the cast trigger of the Lotus? I think so. So if I do this, it's going to be stuck on exile forever, right? It's probably going to have an amazing PT weekend. I feel like that's an open secret. So will it? Or will PT play 50% prowess? How do we beat untapped land Belcher? I go Tameshi, bounce the Belcher back. Chill. I hope that's a satisfying answer. Szole słabe w Mirorze jakby co. Well, that's your opinion. Ale MTGO. Also advice to board out 1. It seems pretty shit, frankly. Prowess is 2 bar into energy, but you know the answer which beats both. Both prowess and energy. Holy shit, that's Amulet Titan. Time to play Titan. Belcher versus prowess isn't that lopsided. That's crazy. Kind of funny how the trainers just like have to sit there and nobody can attack. They just have to chill here. Dawaj Tameszkę, co jest? No chyba niedobre, nie? Guess it's not too great either, because then next turn opponent can pay for the dispute. Well, Tameshi wouldn't resolve. I wouldn't activate it because they have a Flare of Daniel. But I guess if villain is passing with open mana, that's also not great for me. Ah, Shoal Dispute. No, that was a good play then, probably. Yeah. Whir of Intervention, X equals 0. No i co, kurwa teraz? Jak to mówią? I just let it happen? Well, not quite, because I have to cast a Dispute, because the Dispute is useless otherwise. They have the mana to pay. Probably should just cast a Dispute. And then villain clicks buttons. Right, Da Vinci, what's the answer to Modern? The answer that beats both. Why do you use English card names in your Polish? There is no Polish names for cards, so I can't use English ones. Well, I can't use Polish ones because English are the only ones that exist. No nie, kurwa, koty, no. Ja pierdolę. Co wy robicie? Całą tutaj z praniem zrzucacie. How is my opponent on 4 cards and I'm not? I don't like that. Now I'll play my Tameshi and they will counter. And what then? Well, I'll be fucked. Well, I'll counter back. Do I want to tap like this? Do I want to keep more mana up? What if I lose my Tameshi counterspell battle? I think it's fine to tap like this. Has Thundertrap Trainer been released after Mage 3? So it was not an option at first with the flare. How do I tap mana here? It's a bit tricky. Seeing untapped Fallaji, paying with the Plaza? Maybe I just pay with the Lotus Bloom. Isn't that better? Why is playing Sync and using it to tap it for Fallaji better than just tapping the Plaza? If you fizzle, do you want Sync in hand? Yeah, I do. I think I should crack the Lotus. No, does it matter? Or is it tapping the mana fine still? I still have the mana to play Sync and Stern Scolding in the same turn. Well, I will have the Lotus on the battlefield. Like, how do I not have the Lotus on the battlefield? I guess I can hit a second Lotus. That's better than... Seems like Sync. So since I hit the Sync, I guess I will just play a Sync and pass. I think that's it. Probably Stern Scolding whatever my opponent plays. It seems like MTG is a game of luck, nonetheless, still. Consign seemed better than the Disrupting Shoal, frankly. Trimmed down. Also, the premature concession, a little bit of a weird concession, but Consign has some cheeky uses. Yeah, I love cheeky. I mean, Lotus seems great. You need the mana advantage this matchup. Just got one monster and submit. No, cut force. I refuse. This is a one-lander. Pretty good spell, so I'll just get lucky. Getting your offspring consigned seems rough. Never keep a one-lander brother, are you sure? I mean, I guess you're just shocked for the lulz anyways, because you will never die to damage in this matchup, and my opponent might. You just protect your range by shocking always. Seems like Texan Pro disagrees. Do I want to play the Fallaji? If it gets countered by a random spell, it's pretty bad. I can get punished by what? Tameshi? Sort of. I mean, Tameshi is not like bad. Getting Scolding out of my opponent's hand is good, yeah. Finding a flare would be awesome. Scalding into Whir, that would be pretty punishing, yeah. Alright, on heads, I play Fallaji. Charm is correct. I love your confidence, Da Vinci, in all walks of life. It's impressive. What opponent is better? Do you think opponent is bad because they kept Spell Snare in their deck? Is it responsible to play Tameshi now? Doesn't seem like it. I think I would rather Whir EOT for Lotus Bloom, then I have two blooms. Oh, but like I play Tameshi, it gets countered. I don't know, that's good. And then next turn, what? I play Belcher into open mana? I can't really. Holy shit, my opponent is going to ninjutsu something. And if I play Whir EOT, that puts my opponent in a tough spot because there's a lot of action coming their way. Both Tameshi and Belcher, maybe even. Sits. Maybe I should Whir now. TBH. What is this sits thing? It's... Well, in Polish, you like would say that your opponent places a spell on the stack and they ask if it resolves. So the colloquial way to say that is to ask Siedzi, which translates to sits. No, where is a bait? Bait, wait. It's fine, Da Vinci. Is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Why is it translated to sit? Well, because that's the word we use. To sit. Trainer first? Are you insane? Maybe not, but my plan was to play Tameshi and then fight over it lightly. Don't walk into Scolding. Well, I mean, it's not going to disappear. Maybe there is no Scolding. And if I get... Doesn't seem like Scolding to me if they flare. They would Scolding instead. Siedzi? Keep saying, yeah, I have my thing in my hand right now, don't you see? It's back there. How much mana do I have? If I play Belcheros, then I can just get the Belcher back. How much mana is that? 6, 10, chyba enough. 6, 10. I don't know, is it enough? 6, 10, if they kick a consign? O Jezu, teraz trzeba myśleć. 12 to play Belcher twice and activate. 6, 7, 8. Ojej, ale tu popsułem. Bounce Belcher, illegal. We can't. Only opponent controls. Seems like I was exactly giga tight on mana and worked out well. Oh! Ooh! Maybe I hit Mountain in top 5? No. Alright, follow the Prelim chat. I managed not to follow a single advice from Mr. Da Vinci and win on the Stern easily, so... Well, really makes you think, really makes you wonder. Still won, impressive. Yeah, impressive. Still won.